Monday Night Raw from Savannah, Georgia, and Market Arena.
All out from the King and Queen
of
the
the
Ring.
Ring. Our official commercial break count was 14 commercial breaks.
On a 3-hour show. A 3-hour show.
And that's not counting each commercial. That's counting how many breaks there was. Anywhoser, so Gunther and Kaiser open a show, and they're calling him the King General now.
Instead of the Ring General, it's the King General.
Right.
I see what they're playing with there.
And he still didn't put that gum thing on his head, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has yet to put it on that big old melon.
He ain't going to put it on there. You don't want to mess up his hair.
Well, then why he shouldn't have done this the whole time? His whole thing was putting the crown on his head.
That was before he got the crown, dude. He just had to use his hands.
It looks oblong. It looks really weird. It looks like something that would hold a watermelon. You could wear it.
I'll wear it. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I feel you too. I'm a little jelly of his hairdo too. I wish I had a little that hard part, that little buzz, that hard part in there.
Yeah,
that's pretty G. That's pretty good. He knows who his barber is. Yeah. There was a dude when I was in the Navy. He was in the barracks and he was a barber, and everybody would just go to him, and I'd go in there to get my head shaved and everything. Like he just cleaned me up real quick. I'm like, hey, good looking out. He was in my class. I was a class lead, and he was in one of my classes.
Yeah.
But you never know. Everybody's got a barber.
The crowd's chanting, "We want Randy." Orton. I feel bad for the guy, but then again, it is wrestling.
It's his push now.
Yeah. Yep. So Gunther comes out to talk about Damian Priest, says the championship is lacking prestige because it's won by cashing in, and hits Judgment Day music.
Hey, you talking about me? Let me just get a little closer to you.
Yeah. He comes out with the JD and Finn. And Priest says he did not beat Randy Orton because Randy Orton's shoulder was up, so technically he's not even really a king.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
True. Yeah. And as we all know, they were interrupted by Drew.
Well, he comes in when Drew comes in, he addresses the fact that he had to win that Money in the Bank. To be able to cash it in. So it wasn't just given to him. He had to win it. And then there's been times when your favorite wrestler's been beat by the Money in the Bank cash in. It's like, you serious? And then it's just what it is. It is what it is. You catch them at the most vulnerable time. And sometimes they're not as vulnerable, and Baron Corbin can lose it.
And it's smart. I mean, honestly, it's a smart move.
Yeah. And hey, look, it was a way to take it off somebody without even hurting them at all.
Right.
Nobody thought, oh, Priest whooped Drew's butt. No, he didn't. Priest capitalized on Drew being a male stripper and dancing for CM Punk. So he capitalized on the situation. Shout out the office. Yeah, he did, and he won the match to get that briefcase. So that's that he was making.
Yeah. And, Drew couldn't help himself but to talk about CM Punk.
Right when he walked in.
He's like obsessed with the dude. I think he wants to be a stripper or something. I don't know.
And that's why he won't win. I changed my prediction again. That's why Drew won't beat Priest at the PLE, because his mind's too much on Punk, and that's the storyline that's going. Because Punk's going to come back before long.
So
I think what Priest wins at the PLE.
You know what I would do if I was Priest? I would keep CM Punk's music on ready to roll anytime, because all you gotta do is hit the music, and Drew's gonna be like, oh.
Yep.
Might do a strip.
Big head.
Yeah. So as Drew comes in, Gunther doesn't say anything. He just kind of walks away, leaving Priest and Drew in the ring.
Well, that's their problem first, and he don't care what happens there, because then whoever's left is him.
Right. And Drew was saying that Priest is spread too thin. He needs to focus on the championship and blah, 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 agony. And then Braun Strowman's music hits. Everybody gets out of the ring, and the first match we have is Braun Strowman versus JD.
Yeah, McDonuts was really tossed around. He took a whooping.
Yeah, he took a beating.
Braun got with McDonough. What happened? I don't remember. I cannot remember. I was thinking about it yesterday too.
I think he's the one that told him to stay out of Judgment Day's business when he first came backstage.
Oh, well, that's ballsy.
Yeah, pretty ballsy, I would say.
That's going to be your feud for a while, though. Braun Strowman's going to feud with the Judgment Day, and
okay, tell me if you noticed this at the end of the match. Braun Strowman wins, by the way. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, he did? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, shocker.
I was pulling it up.
I forgot what I was going to say now. The shocker got me.
If you watched at the end of the match.
Yes, so if you notice at the end of the match, Braun was just standing there with his head down. Is he kind of hinting at maybe a Wyatt return to him? You think?
I could see that.
100. He was, I don't want to call him an original, but he was way back there.
Yeah, he was a staple.
Mm-hmm.
And then JD plows him with a chair, and he just looks at him and smashes the chair out of his hand, and then pretty much chases him the rest of the night, just chasing him everywhere.
Smack!
The whole show.
Chair out of his hand.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I think JD at that point shat some gold.
I think that's kind of funny, is because JD's such an unlikable character the way he acts. He's just an unlikable character, and it's just hilarious that Braun's just chasing him around, and that dude's just running for his life, and everybody thinks it's hilarious. Yeah. I love it.
Yep. So our next segment was Liv Morgan backstage. She says she has no idea what Dom is doing, or that Dom was going to do what he did.
She didn't even know he was there. She was acting like.
Right.
I believe she knew.
I think she knew.
I'm telling you, she knows. This is all a ploy.
When we get to that point at the end of the card thing here, we'll reveal what everybody has seen on social media.
I've been saying it before that happened at the end of the night. I've been saying it. It's all a ploy. They're just acting like, well, both him and her are acting like they don't like each other.
I mean, it's a game.
I'm cheating on my mommy. Do you think I'm going to go on national television and act like I like the girl I've been with? No. And that could also be your biggest giveaway, is if you act like you don't like her too much. You're like, why you show her so much attention?
Right.
15 times already, you don't like her.
Well, we know something's up.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely something up.
Yeah, our next match was Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov. Fantastic match. It was kind of short-lived. Breaker shows up and spears the shit out of Ricochet again.
Destroys him.
He destroys both of them.
Yep.
And Pierce confronts him. And he just turns his back and walks away.
He's yelling at him like a disobedient student in school. He's sitting there yelling at him, and Braun's like, I don't care. I don't care. I thought
Braun was going to hit him for a second there.
So I was waiting for something like that to happen where Braun take him out, but I don't know if they want to send him that much heel. I think they're trying to Goldberg him while he's tearing everybody up. They don't want to turn him heel where he starts beating up Adam Pearce and everything like that, but I think he's starting to turn heel.
Yeah, they're slowly doing it.
Yeah. And it's a thing that I noticed that WWE has done. I mean, Goldberg originally started, as we all know, WCW, came to WWE, was the dominant force. And then we had Ryback that was semi-dominant, but not so dominant. Kind of the same cookie cutter, stupid. And now we got Braun Breaker.
Yeah, and I hope they don't do that. I hope they figure out something better to do with him.
They gotta go a different way with Braun. I mean,
oh, definitely. He's got way too much talent to be doing that kind of thing.
I mean, I want him to keep the attitude he has, but put him with somebody that freaking can give him a challenge, maybe.
Well, that's what he wanted. He wanted
kill him
to
with
be in the King of the Ring. He didn't want to face a tomato can.
Yeah, but who you gonna? So, what's his next program then? Who do you think's going to be the big one for him to go against? Because
I think a good program for Braun would be Gunther.
But it's too soon for that. They're both. They're
NXT.
Still growing, both of them.
That's NXT. That they've been there, done that. It's too fresh in people's minds.
And basically looking at it like this, Braun's a freshman and Gunther is a junior. Right. He's about to get up there. He's already moved up levels with the IC, now the King of the Ring. He's moving levels already. Braun's still a freshman. He's still young, fresh meat, and he's got to run into somebody who's going to challenge him.
How about Carmella?
Again, it's been done on NXT for so long.
Shit. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I know we don't watch both brands, but if we did, then we would already know that.
I do.
Yeah,
I watch all that. I'm a nerd.
Dork.
Dork.
Well, look at him. He's a dork.
Dork. I'm gonna put some tape on my
Oh, no.
glasses. I'm a total Bubba Ray Dudley. It. Our next match was AOP from Final Testament. I guess that's their group name.
Oh, they have a name now?
They do.
I thought they were just annoying.
They are.
Well,
annoying.
I mean, yeah. Scarlet, she's freaking hot.
They're getting a push.
Well, he approached Xavier saying
and
that
Kofi
was dead weight, and then he had to cut him loose.
But he did the same thing to Kofi.
What do you mean?
The week before, he did the same thing to Kofi. When Kofi was facing Gunther, he did the same thing to Kofi. So there's still time.
I think they're doing that though because they don't know what they want to do with him.
Yeah, he's got no track.
Send him home.
I mean,
go to bed.
Yeah,
he's not that good.
At this point, he's like a Paul Ellering type of dude. You know,
he looks like him too.
I mean, since he's been on, is he on Raw? SmackDown? He's on Raw. Since he's been on Raw, he hasn't won a match unless he has help from his wife.
I'd take her help.
Wife, you say.
So Creed Brothers came out with Ivy Nile, and AOP wins by pinfall because Scarlett distracts Brutus by attacking Ivy ringside. So there's kind of your. I think that's gonna feud for a while between them two. I mean,
who?
AOP and the Creed Brothers.
Yeah, well, as long as it's AOP, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. AOP, Creed Brothers.
Well, with them, you get Karrion Kross.
Other weirdos.
Our next segment is something we touched on already. It was Sheamus comes to the ring in street clothes. Assaulted by Ludwig Kaiser attacking him during his King of the Ring match with Gunther.
That's another thing that's going to go on all night too. I mean,
Kaiser appears on the Titantron, says he should blame Gunther, not himself. And Sheamus is off looking for him.
You think I should go find him? I'm going to go find him.
Bella. Then as he's looking for him, Kaiser attacks him from behind and they fight their way around the arena. And it was finally broke up by officials.
A lot of them.
Yeah, quite a few of them.
They were brawling, dude. Kaiser's hair was all over the freaking place, dude. It
was.
It almost looked like it was a real fight, dude. They looked pretty good at it. They were throwing down.
Kudos to Sheamus for his hat staying on.
Oh yeah, maybe he had bobby pins in it.
Yeah, some Velcro.
Nowhere. Why? Because I didn't do my hair underneath.
Fella.
Sheamus is going to feud with him probably until it'll probably go to the pay-per-view, which is in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Because I could see that match at the pay-per-view.
Or at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's not that. See, I don't look at it as a main or like a. When I think of SummerSlam, it's the WrestleMania of the summer. It's the granddaddy of summer.
I don't think they can keep it going that long for SummerSlam.
The matches on SummerSlam should be a lot like WrestleMania. It should be something that a lot of people want to see and keep you
one of the core four.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the Royal Rumble.
Core four. That's
what's the fourth one.
What?
Yeah, what would be the fourth one?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Because remember back in the day when we were younger, Survivor Series was a thing.
Yeah, that was dope. It wasn't War Games, but
it was
I like the
cool.
War Games.
I love War
Games too, but Survivor Series is really cool because you got to see your favorite wrestlers team up with other wrestlers, and it was like a whole team of them. You're like, yeah.
Was it Hogan, Duggan, and LOD on one team one year? Yeah, that was dope.
Then you had Jake. Was it Jake in the Demolition and somebody else?
I think it was Mach.
That was a Dusty Rhodes thing there.
Yeah. Survivor Series?
War Games.
Oh, Survivor Series was, what was the story? I don't remember I remember the origin behind the Survivor Series. I might have to look into that. But I remember the Royal Rumble. It was supposed to just be like a battle royal, and they wanted to kick it up a little bit different. And it was called the Royal Match, is what they were going to call it. The Royal Match. You guys watching the Royal Match? Turn that shit off.
But yeah, I mean, they're going to feud them too. Sheamus and what's his name?
Ludwig.
Kaiser. Mr. Stratton.
Yeah, Mr. Stratton. So our next match was Kairi Sane with Dakota Kai versus Laya Valkyria. Decent match.
Very good.
Kairi Sane, man, she's like 14 pounds, man. She's like she could fit in my pocket.
Stop it.
You wouldn't mind that.
No, not at all. Not at
What's
all.
that in your pocket, Kyrie Zane? What?
I just keep a pirate in my pocket. Whatever.
Cool. Was she a pirate?
Yeah. That's
It's
her
a good
whole thing,
match.
yeah.
It's a good match, but I didn't like the way she won. I would have liked to see her get a more dominant win.
Who?
Myra?
Yeah. I mean, she won with a surprise roll up.
So honestly,
Most
I think it was
devastating
good
moving all over
for her.
pro wrestling.
I think it was good for her because Kairi Singh was a women's part of a tag team championship for quite a while.
Yeah.
Dude, Lyra's getting a push.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'll give her a little push. And you want some help?
WWE has a women's champion and then the tag champions. I wish they would put a mid belt with the women's division. I think they need that.
They do. They need
Absolutely.
different style champions. You know what I mean? Because once you
give
get
them initiative to jump that next step.
and then put them in where they belong, because that's the way it is with the men's. Is they're in there with where they belong. You know what I mean? And if you make it that far, now Gunter is making his way to be for the world title, because he already did the IC title. IC title and US title, that's for Logan Paul's. That's for freaking Sami Zayn's, stuff like that. And it sucks that Sami Zayn is in that, but it is what it is. I don't make the rules.
Yeah. Well, Sam has been a worker for so long. I'm glad they're giving him some kind of recognition for that, for being champion. Some kind of champion. He was never going to be world champion. I don't think he'll ever be world champion.
No, I don't either. Unless they give him his out of nowhere WrestleMania moment.
Well, they almost gave it to him, but then, bloodline happened.
Didn't work out,
Politics, So our next match was Rey Mysterio versus Carlito. I don't remember too much of this, but I know Rey won.
Well, that was the one where all the boys got involved. The Judgment Day, all the boys started getting involved, and then they started getting overtaken a little bit, and then Priest came out there and just annihilated everybody.
Oh yeah, he decimated everybody. I remember that much.
He's the world champion, and he needs to do that. He needs to go out there and decimate everybody like that. He's not.
Absolutely.
He hasn't done it very much, and it solidifies him as I'm the world champion and I am dominant. But still, at the same time, it's kind of like.
Yeah. Did you see the look at JD and Finn after the fact?
Yeah, because he has to take care of that. I'm tired of coming here taking your stuff. Why are you guys taking care of your own stuff? And he said that numerous times.
It's happening. Not fast, but it's happening.
Hey, just do that. Get it done. And they never get it done. And he has to come out there and save the day sometimes, which looks good for him and his character, but it looks bad for the Judgment Day.
And now next Monday, it's already booked. They're going to put Rey and Damian Priest in a match.
Oh, Rey's going to get smoked.
Oh, yeah.
I love Rey.
It all depends. It might turn into a freaking brawl. LWO might come out. The Judgment Day comes out. It might just turn into just a big disaster.
That might happen.
But there's LWO are short people, man. Getting jumped from behind and backstage by Carlito.
Yeah.
So unless they bring Andrade, but Andrade is SmackDown. So
you better pack a sandwich and head over there, because
a roll of nickels in your shorts.
Yeah, it's going down if you get involved.
Yeah, the other two guys are hurt.
Yep. Or just, sipping cervezas and whatever.
Just chilling. Man, it looks like it really sucks out there for those guys, man. Good thing we're not out.
Look at them. Man, they got their ass whooped. Hey, you want another beer?
Hey, cheers.
So our next match was Otis and Bronson Reed.
Or Otis?
Otis. I'll just call him Odie.
Odie.
Only thing I got to say about that is they need to freaking just break them up, man. They just lingering it on. We know it's going to happen.
Well, it makes it the dramatic when it does happen. I get why they do what they do.
Does it bother you, Berto?
A little bit.
That's why they do it.
Okay.
Stephanie irritate the crap out of you?
I mean, come on, dude.
She did her job well. I love her. She never annoyed me, but
she was annoying, but
crap out of you.
Still,
it kind of reminded me. I'm probably jumping the gun here.
Oh, go ahead.
But it was after the match. I didn't mind the match, but after the match, kind of reminded me back to the Vince McMahon days when Chad Gable took his freaking belt off and was gonna whip the big dude.
Oh, because he took his belt off like Vince used to do and pull his pants down?
Bench. Vince used to pull his pants down and have people kiss his ass.
Yeah, I know.
That was, dude, come on. That was freaking stupid.
And gave him the whole "it's gonna hurt me more than it hurts you" speech and blah
That
blah
was
blah.
so freaking
Agony, agony, agony.
I thought that was so freaking dumb.
I thought it was cool that she stopped it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good thing. Because that little bitty dude was gonna beat that dude, whip the dude with it. No, come on. We way past that crap.
I felt really indifferent about the segment of "put your hands on the ropes" and "now I'm about to whoop you." I don't know. I felt really indifferent about it. I felt like it I don't know.
Yeah, this wasn't for me. I don't know.
It gave me wrong vibes for some reason. That's just my opinion.
I don't know who the hell came up with that, but I don't think it was Trips.
Gave me that.
No.
Well,
you got P.S. Michael Hayes and Bobby Roode back there doing producing, so
right.
Maybe it was a cable thing.
It could be.
Might have been.
They're giving a lot more freedom to the wrestlers.
But that was kind of stupid. Whoever thought about it.
You know, Sammy comes out to help Otis and put an end to Gable's BS.
Not over yet.
It's not. It's not over by a long shot. But
This
is what, week 4?
When you watch that, Tozawa, you look at him during those segments, he looked completely terrified. His face, every time he's standing there, he just looks completely terrified. I'm like, dude, looking at me looks so pathetic. Just his facial expression. He really knows how to sell that.
That's because he can't talk. I mean, you dance and look.
He was almost as good as freaking Paul Bearer facial expressions. It's hilarious.
Paul Heyman's the ace of the facial expressions.
Well, I wouldn't call him the ace.
I would say Randy Orton's pretty close. He's up there.
Randy Orton could say a lot without saying anything.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Randy. And
he's got that evil look.
Hogan can sell the whole crowd by just being animated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what, thinking, you know who I really miss? Throwback. Daphne. When she would just scream.
Yeah.
In the middle of the match, she would just scream. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, back to Raw.
So it brings us to our main event, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Really a decent match. I dug it. I was invested in it. It kept my interest.
Yeah, it was good. It kept my interest a lot because it wasn't like, I don't know. Honestly, it wasn't like I wanted to see the match. I just wanted to know what was going to come out of this match.
Right.
That's where my interest was. I didn't think that Becky and Liv would throw down a classic banger after banger, but I don't think they would throw down a classic banger of a cage match. I just wanted to know what was going to happen.
What happened was supposed to happen.
It was a good match, though. It was. They did pretty good. Nobody fell off the cage. Nobody got hurt.
That's a bonus.
Of shoving people's faces into the cage. There was a lot of the face shoved.
There was a lot of that. A lot of that.
A little cheese grater going on by Liv Morgan.
And no one bled.
I know.
That was a big thing. I watched Busted Open today. And that was a big thing with there. Bully Ray was talking about. Yeah, them girls, they both went into the cage. They both got raided by the cage. No one bled.
You want to see girls?
How much more believable that would have been if somebody would got busted open?
On Busted Open?
Well, in their cage match.
Yeah.
Right. It's a good match. I mean, it wasn't bad.
Actually, to tell you the truth, that crossed my mind when it was going on. I was like, are we going to see color here? It kind of crossed my mind a little bit, but I wasn't like, hope one of them bleed. I was just kind of thought it, and during the way they were doing it, smashing each other's faces into the damn cage and cheese grating. I thought maybe it would have came to fruition and one of them would have been like, busted open.
Didn't happen.
So Dom comes out again to help Becky win. And JD, I think, shows up. And Braun Strowman right after him, come running. Becky was about to climb out, win the title, and Dom hit JD into the door.
No, he hit Dom into the door.
Yeah, he hit Dom into the door.
He clipped Dom's shoulder and sent Dom flying into the door.
Yep, which smacked Becky, and Liv climbed out.
I wonder how bad Dom is in that moment because he took direct contact. Normally, if you're hurt, he's just out there. He's hurt, so he's not taking no contact at all. Yeah. Even when he came out for King of the Ring, he didn't take no contact at all. He was just out there. And a couple other times he's been out there with no contact. And this time he actually got shoulder blocked and slammed into the cage, and he fell.
Yeah. Right.
That tells us right there that's his storyline.
Well, I think it's partial storyline. I mean, he could be like a strain or a sprain or something.
Yeah.
Nothing he's going to continually fall on, 85 times during a match. It's one bump.
Yeah. So it's a lot less. So we're going to see him sooner. Yeah. I think we see him all the way till Mommy gets back.
So speaking of which, brings us to the Cat in the Room, the after, what they didn't show.
Yeah, I know. And a lot
during
of places,
the night.
Some places seen it, some places didn't.
Yeah. So what we're referring to is Dom and Liv, how they ended the night with them staring at each other.
Because all I seen was,
yeah.
Like, what? And he's like,
She just inches closer and closer and closer, and she lays a big old wet one on him.
Have you seen the whole segment?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the whole segment. All I seen was when she grabs him and lays one on him.
I'm telling you, there was some tongue action in there.
No, there wasn't. His face was flat and weird.
No, yeah, Dominic didn't kiss back.
No,
he was all initiated by Liv.
Yeah, he did the pucker face.
Well, he just got married too.
Yeah. Well, I don't. She knows what he does for a living.
Right. And
because when I was little, they wrestled for my custody of me. Yeah. She knows what he does.
Yeah. So after the fact, Liv is walking away, and Dominic takes the shirt. He has like a little.
All of his danglies like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. Wipes off and.
So, and then I see it turning into.
Oh, yeah.
Almost spinning it back to Trips and Steph, actually.
So I also saw, okay, stay with WWE for a minute. That was Becky's final match of her contract.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think
her contract is over this Friday.
Yeah.
I don't think she's leaving.
I don't think she's I think she takes a leave with Seth.
Yeah. And like the other podcast was saying too, she's going to go on her holiday that she was going to be on before, but she came back for the title.
Right.
And that's what we had been saying the whole time. She came back for the title to fill the void.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying she may not be back until Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I could see that easily. A big surprise pop return at the Rumble? Hell yeah.
She disappears and we forget about her. And then all of a sudden, here she goes.
And don't hear nothing from her. Because her and Seth are they're gonna get away. They're
gonna go off
have some quality time with their daughter.
Yep.
Be a family, do family things. And
what if
I've heard that Tony Khan has offered her a lot of money.
I heard that too today.
But being as Becky is probably one of the most loyal in the business, from what I've seen from her, what she did at WrestleMania really solidified that for me. Is how bought in she is to WWE and the product. I don't think she would jump ship.
She won't do it. She got it. They got it made because Seth won't leave WWE.
No.
So she won't go to AEW. No matter how much money he offers her.
But I just had to throw that out there.
How much?
Well, I heard the same thing today.
How much does Becky and Seth actually really need the money?
They don't.
They're pretty well set.
She's got
right now. The decisions you're going to make now are decisions for your career,
right?
More than decisions for the money.
And it's not only the money that she makes. If you want to be
like Ospreay and be like, "Oh, I don't really want all the traveling and all the work and work that many days," you don't need to be in the WWE.
Right.
That's Triple H. Yeah,
he's got money coming in from that book.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot more coming in from besides the book.
And the merch.
her, everything.
So, yeah.
She's forever in the WWE. She's going to be a world title contender.
Oh, absolutely.
Whenever somebody talks about the world title, she's going to be in the conversation. Charlotte's going to be in it. Bailey's going to be in it. Lovely Liv will not.
No.
Bliss might be.
But now she's like 2-time, wasn't she?
Yeah, because everybody else was gone. And then now you're going to have Cargill, and guaranteed Bianca's always in the conversation, 100%.
And rightfully so. I mean, they're amazing athletes. Amazing.
I don't think. Well, Cargill was in AEW, wasn't she?
Yes.
Okay, so she's not as rookie as I think she is.
No, she's not.
Because I look at her in the WWE, I look at her as very green, but I'm like, she's not that green then. If she's already been in a whole nother organization,
she was in maybe more. I thought it was about a year, but it might be more than that.
So she originated at NXT. That's where she cut her teeth. It's at NXT.
Yeah.
She went from NXT to AEW for like 2 or 3 years, and now she's back. So she did all of her mistakes, if you will, in AEW, and then brought a polished character back to WWE.
And you look at it, dude. Who brought her in?
Trips.
Yep. And then freaking Vince let her go and ruined everything everything Trips did. But look at her. Who does Trips bring in, female wise? He brought in her, who's a very big specimen. Alexa Bliss was a bodybuilder at one time.
Fitness model.
Who else was fitness model? So was Trish Stratus was a fitness model, but that was also brought in Vince. But he brings in a lot of people that are serious into their condition, because look at Trips. He's very serious in his conditioning. You can call it steroids and everything like that. You have to put in work. Even if you use steroids, you have to put in work. You can't just inject steroids and play on your computer and all of a sudden you just start getting buff. It doesn't work like that. You got to go in there and hit the fucking iron and make it happen.
Yeah. So rate time. I'm going to give it the first A of the year for me. I think it was an A show. I say A minus. Sorry, A minus.
All right. How about you?
I give it a strong B plus. You want to say maybe?
So, what reason do you give it an A? What did you like about it as a whole? All the storylines brought together.
The story, new line stories, new lines starting, or new stories starting. Some continuing, kind of in a different route, but the same route. I like the fact that Liv and Dom are expressing more on camera. I guess you would say it's out and open now. I like how it just popped like that. Sheamus, I'm a big fan of Sheamus. Banger after banger after banger. Only thing that I really didn't like that kind of stopped me from giving it a perfect score was the Otis and Bronson Reed thing.
That's why I'm giving it a B.
Because of the Otis Bronson Reed?
I'm giving it a B because of Chad Gable taking his freaking belt off. That's why it's got a B from me.
Really?
Yep.
I'll give it an A too, because the progression of it. I like the progression across the table. I like that Lyra is back in a winning position, moving forward. Looked good, did a good match. I like that. That the end. Well, the end gave us the end, but then for most of us, we had to wait till the next day to get the real ending and see that happen. And I think that that's going to play all the way out like I did before. I said it's going to play out like that. And then now Liv's actually moved on now from the Becky situation, because I think the Becky situation is over.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's time to start looking at other things. And like Randy said about going after Bayley, I think she is going after Bayley. I was understanding that she's going to go after Bayley. So Liv's going to have another problem. I don't know who that problem is going to be, because it's not going to be Rhea anytime soon.
I don't think Rhea till SummerSlam.
Yeah, and I could see, because when they did Rhea with Dom never had to help Rhea.
No, never.
She was that badass.
She was good.
Now,
that damn good.
Now it's time for Dom, who's that good at what he does, to help Liv every time.
But so do you think Dom is a better wrestler than Liv?
Yes.
I think he has better pedigree.
Yeah, of course he does. His dad is Rey Mysterio Jr. You know, his Uncle Eddie, everything. He's been around the business his whole life. That's why he's
bloodline
so
on its own right there.
Little Chavito.
And that's why he's so comfortable in it. He fits the mold 1,000%. And like Chavo said, he's not mad that he's doing the Eddie thing. He thinks it's awesome. And he's doing it in a good way, and he's doing it for the right reasons.
And the mannerisms, they're exactly the same.
Oh yeah.
Exactly the same. It's eerie how strange it is.
Like he was bred from Eddie.
He's a little bit bigger than Eddie was, but I mean, he's got the features
Oh, wait till he gets older, that he turns into the old yoke freaking Eddie.
Yeah.
That went against Lesnar and them. Damn, he was a yoke fool. That's when TRT hit the stage. Welcome to the next stage, TRT. Everybody's all yoked up and huge.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how did everybody get so damn big around here?
Yeah.
Oh, we did get a QR code.
Oh yeah, with it. Is this the one with the date on it?
I missed it.
Oh, this one that went off, and then after it went off, it put the word up there, believe.
Believe.
Yeah.
It didn't say believe. It just said believe.
Is that what he used to do? The big smile all the time? Yeah. It's believe. Yeah. You got to believe it's going to happen. And you think it happens at Cash of the Cast? Think it happens there?
Flash at the castle?
Flash of the Castle. Flash of the Castle.
I have no clue. I thought it was going to happen at Saudi, but.
And then also,
go ahead.
I was going to say, does CM Punk pull an AJ Styles and fly all the way across the freaking world to go screw somebody over in their match?
Why not?
Because AJ Styles went all the way there to screw that dude over. It was like, damn, you went a long way to go screw somebody over. That's the ultimate hater right there. That's hater of the year. I flew halfway around the world to screw your matchup.
And honestly, he doesn't even have to go there. All he's got to do is play his music.
Yeah. And all of a sudden you're like, I don't even have my skirt on yet. Hold on.
Where's the pole at?
I don't think
either one of us. Get on the table.
I don't think either one of us is liking Drew right now.
No. I as a person, I bet he's one hell of a guy.
Yeah, he's playing
the character that he's playing right now. I don't like.
Nope.
He's doing it. He's doing it really good.
Because we're talking about him,
and he's annoying the shit out of us.
Right.
So he's doing it, and he's doing it perfect for CM Punk to just completely annihilate him with words and just put him.
It's kind of like what R-Truth does to Benny. R-Truth annoys Benny. Well, that's what Drew does to me. I mean, it's just he's annoying.
Well, it's on a different level. I think that R-Truth's jokes are getting a little old, but I do see what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of people like R-Truth.
You see the TikToks of R-Truth that he's doing now?
No.
Oh, they're freaking. It's the same thing. It's just him being goofy.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
He's an ice cream salesman.
I do, but I don't like the during the wrestling and stuff like that when you're killing people's time.
Right.
Your stupid jokes. You got this guy 6 minutes to do an awesome match, and then you're over here being stupid and having the COO walk out while you're doing jokes.
I agree.
That was stupid.
I didn't.
It was a waste of
time. Ice cream truck was stupid too.
It had its funny moments.
Kind of reminds me of the R-Truth with the what that was the.
Well, Jimmy.
No, the title that he
won. 24/7.
Yeah, he won that thing 1,000 times.
Yeah,
I thought that was stupid too.
Well, when it first started, it was okay.
Yeah, it was
just went way too far.
Like when all 10 people would come running through the middle of the ring.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, okay, now why are all these jobbers just running through here? And you look at some of the characters that were there, it's like, why are you doing this with them?
Then again, that was a Vince thing all the way.
Stupidity.
So here's why I like it. And I don't know. I look at things a little different. I think what Trips is trying to do is hit every emotion. And the one emotion that is not hit all the time is comedy. And that's when R-Truth comes in.
Well, he has that.
And I think that's his niche. That's what he does. He's a funny guy. He doesn't have to say anything. He just, the faces that he makes sometimes.
Yeah. Acting like a fool.
Okay.